Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Troy with the Half Court Report YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning into today's video. I'm going to be talking about this really wild trade proposal that's been going around. Of course, big thing that's been happening this offseason is the rumors about Damian Lillard trade. Where's he going to go? Of course, we all know that he is asked out. James Harden has asked out from the Sixers. He wants to be traded. What's going to happen with him? Well, I have found some news regarding a 4-team trade, which I think was so wild that I had to talk about it on the channel today. So we're going to get into that. But before we get into it, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel today if you haven't already. Fresh and pretty cool NBA content coming to you at all times. Okay, so let's check it out. This is a trade from Bleacher Report, and I don't think this is an understatement when I say this is one of the worst trade proposals I've ever seen. So we're going to go through it, and then I'm going to talk about this 4-team trade, and it's crazy. So tell me in the comments what you guys think too. So it involves the Blazers, the Heat, the Sixers, and the Bulls. I went through Fanspo and their trade simulator to kind of give an idea of what this type of trade would look like. So there's lots of picks involved too. I'm not going to get into a whole lot on that today because, one, we don't really know where those picks would fall, and there's just a lot of speculation that I don't really want to get into today. But the Blazers would be receiving Harden from Philadelphia. They'd be receiving Kyle Lowry from Miami, along with Jaime Jaquez, the new promising rookie from UCLA, and Nikola Jovic, second-year man from overseas. So they'd be going to the Blazers. The Heat would be getting Damian Lillard and Jusuf Nurkic from the Blazers. The Sixers would be getting Zach LaVine from the Bulls and Tyler Hero from the Heat. And then the Bulls would be getting Tobias Harris, one of the Martin twins. Who is that? Caleb Martin, Cody Martin? I don't know, one of the Martin twins, the better one. And then Keon Johnson from the Blazers. So what is this? 11 players. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 former or current All-Stars, and got some bit players thrown in there as well. But when I looked at what these new lineups would look like and started to break down what these rosters would be, I thought the trade was bad at face value, but then the more I looked at it, I was like, wow, this is terrible. So here's the rosters I came up with of what these new rosters would be. So of course, for Portland, Scoot Henderson, it would now be his team. He would be starting. Then you would have Harden at 2 guard, and the Bleacher Report article says, well, you would just get Harden for salary purposes. But, I guess for salary purposes, but then to trade later. But you can't trade him now. Like, nobody wants him. Why would the Blazers be trading for Harden to trade later, as this article says, when you can't even trade him in the first place? That's ridiculous. But that's neither here nor there. But you would have a starting backcourt of Scoot Henderson and James Harden. And I just wonder what that would mean for Scoot Henderson's development anyway, just having James Harden pounding the ball all the time. I don't know how Scoot Henderson would be able to lead the team as a point guard should, but then you'd have Matisse Thybulle. I have him at the starting 3, Jeremy Grant at the 4, but there would be no center now on the roster. And then the bench is just wild, having Kyle Lowry as your backup point guard. Anthony Simons, where would he go now? He would have to come back off the bench again. And Shaedon Sharpe, he would be coming off the bench too. So you would have the 2 promising players in Simons and Sharpe coming off the bench behind Harden. So it's almost one of those things where you would make this trade just to buy out Harden later. So you're really only getting Jaquez, Jovic, and some picks, which I don't know. That doesn't really do much for me. Then Miami, Damian Lillard at your point guard spot. Oh, I meant to take out my two-way players. Hold on, let me take out these two guys. And then at the two-guard spot, I mean, I have Josh Richardson. I guess maybe you'd move Butler back into that two-guard spot, and then Duncan Robinson would be your three. I don't know. With these lineups, you would have Nurkic coming off the bench behind Bam Adebayo, but then you'd have Thomas Bryant and Orlando Robinson, you know, two not terrible second or third string centers, you know, pushed even farther down the roster. So doesn't make a whole lot of sense for Miami either. And then with Philly, they almost kind of make out the best of anybody because they're not really giving up too much in the way of Tobias Harris. But then look at this roster though. You would have Tyrese Maxey at point guard, and then your backcourt is just insane. I have Hero starting at the three because they don't have another three-man on the roster, and he's not even a three, but he's the best player, I guess, to start there. Then 40-year-old PJ Tucker at the four, and then poor Joel Embiid trying to hold it all together. And then you've got you know, his backups, Paul Reed, Mo Bamba, then Harrell, who's injured with his ACL. But for Philly, you would have Levine, DeAnthony Melton, Korkmaz, Daniel House, Jaden Springer. They would all be your backup twos. And then Hero, you know, welcome to playing the small forward spot. So that would be a disaster. And then Chicago, yeah, let's give up Zach LaVine, and all we're going to get back is Tobias Harris and along with some picks, and then the Martin twin. I mean, look at this lineup. Alex Caruso, Dosunmu, the guy from Illinois. He would be two guard. DeRozan at the three. I guess maybe, you know, now that I look at it, maybe I'd move DeRozan to the two, and then the Martin twin would be three, and then Tobias Harris at four, and Vucevic at the five. But I mean, even that is pretty ugly, especially what you're giving up in Zach LaVine to just get that. So this trade makes no sense to me. Like, I get how it's the off season, and you know, Harden and Lillard, you know, let's put these guys in an article for clicks. But just the reasoning behind a lot of this did not make any sense at all for me. But guys, let me know what you think. This trade was too crazy. I just had to talk about it. But let me know in the comments, and you know, drop a like on this video, drop a sub on the channel. Not expecting a whole lot of views on this video, but just something I wanted to talk about. So any likes and subs would be icing on the cake, really. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Check out some of the other videos that I've got going on the channel. One that is really getting a lot of engagement lately. Adai Mara is a Spanish prospect who just signed with UCLA. So I've got a video of him that I'll put on the screen here, where I break down his game and talk about why I think he has a good shot to go as one of the top picks, maybe even number one in the 2024 NBA draft. He's 7'3". He's almost like a Nikola Jokic, Pau Gasol hybrid. So check out that video and let me know what you think. Check out some of the other content I have on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on the Half Court Report.